Hey YouTube, welcome to City Prepping. In this video, I'll share with you how to build a foundation for a large water storage container. This particular foundation that I built is actually underground versus a typical foundation, which is usually above ground with something like, whether it's concrete or pea gravel or sand. I actually decided to go underground because I wanted something that would last for a long time. Now, if you build it like this, there are a few considerations, especially when it comes to drainage, that you have to take into account. I'll take you step by step and explain how I actually set this up. So stick around. I'll cover the following in this video: determining the size of the foundation and the boundaries, the depth to dig down, using cinder blocks as the boundaries for the foundation and how to level them, setting up a drain system, adding a plastic liner at the bottom, using pea gravel as a foundation, moving the tank on top of the pea gravel and making sure the pea gravel is level, and adding a water spigot to the tank. To begin with, I went ahead and set up some rocks to determine where I was going to measure everything off, and I went ahead and dug a line in the sand to set the boundaries to lay out and define exactly where I wanted to put the foundation. And I went ahead and started the long process of digging down. Now, the big mistake I made in this whole project was using a pickaxe and shovel. The dirt that I have in my area is pretty much nothing other than rock. I didn't really come across a lot of dirt as much as I came across rocks. If I had to do this project all over again, I would have rented a jackhammer with a spade attachment from Home Depot. They're not that expensive, and it would have both sped up the process and really would have helped me from tearing up my body in the process. Needless to say, I was in a lot of pain by the time I was done digging everything up. So I went ahead and picked up some cinder blocks from my local Home Depot and lay those out at the boundaries. Now, in the middle of this area, I decided to put a drain, and because I'm at the top of a hill, I was able to run out about 25 feet from the center. Like the experience that I had digging out the foundation, I was mostly having to use a pickaxe to dig through the rocks that were in the ground. Found myself spending a lot of time in the afternoon and evenings working on this project. But through it all, I was able to get the drain run out. Definitely took some time, but it's an important part of the foundation because, again, we're building this underground and it's got to have a place where it can actually drain out. Otherwise, you're going to have water that will pull up underneath the tank and underneath the pea gravel, which I don't want to deal with. Obviously, it was a pretty exhausting process. Next came leveling off the corners to put down the cinder blocks. This took a little time. It was really just kind of a back and forth process of putting down the cinder blocks, kind of eyeballing them. And through it all, you want to make sure that you're keeping the setup square. I just measured out diagonally from corner to corner to make sure they were the same length, to make sure that the foundation was not going to be lopsided. Again, getting the cinder blocks perfectly level was a bit of a difficult task. One of the things that you have to keep in mind on this project is it doesn't require it to be perfect. It just needs to be more or less pretty level. And I used a 2x4 here, as you can see, to lay it across a number of the cinder blocks to enable me to make sure I was getting it pretty much level. And in the end, it came out looking pretty good. Again, it's not perfect, but pretty darn close. So the next thing I did was I began to clean out the area in the middle, taking out large rocks and making sure I had a downward slope toward the drain in the middle. Once I got things level, I went ahead and put the drain in the middle, and I ran out the drain pipe from the center and making sure it was in a downward slope. Obviously, I don't want water pulling up in the pipes. From there, I went ahead and took out a lot of the rocks. One of the things I did next was put in a 6mm plastic liner, and I wanted to make sure there wasn't a lot of rocks left on the ground that would actually, maybe puncture the bottom of the liner. So I tried to smooth things out using a metal rake, just try to clean out as much as I could. From there, I went ahead and laid down the 6mm liner. And from there, I put the cinder blocks on the edges, trying to get everything as square and level as I had before. It was kind of again, back and forth eyeballing process, but came out pretty good. Now, once I had it all set up, what I did was I originally put the drain cover on before I laid down the plastic liner. And so I went ahead and felt for it, just using a knife. I went ahead and cut it out, a little hole where I could get that drain cover out. And from there, I just simply popped it back in with the plastic liner. Now, what I did at this point was I got some large rocks to put over the cover because I'm going to use pea gravel. Pea gravel was small enough that it would have plugged up the drain, so I want to put large rocks on top of the drain. So I got a bag and I sorted through it, got the larger rocks. And then from there, I went ahead and dumped the bag, and it has a lot of small rocks in it, but I wanted to start with the big rocks. So I went to my local nursery and picked up some pea gravel. Now, once I put my first load of pea gravel in, I went ahead and went around the edges and filled in the dirt behind the cinder blocks. I didn't do that before I put in the pea gravel because I wanted the pea gravel to kind of be at the bottom and push out the blocks. And I went ahead and filled in the dirt using a tamper. I went ahead and smashed it down pretty well. If you don't have one, obviously you can just take your foot and just smash it down, but I just want to be doubly sure I was packing the dirt. So from there, I went ahead and got the second yard of pea gravel and filled it in. Obviously had to use a metal rake to kind of smooth it out, to kind of level it. And I'll show here in a minute how I used a 2x4 to do a little better job of leveling it out. Now, obviously, I wanted to make sure it was level, so I went ahead and checked both sides to make sure that I didn't have some kind of a sharp slant in the pea gravel. From there, I had to go ahead and push the tank back into position. It weighed about 350 pounds, so I had to kind of shoulder it in. Now, one of the things I noticed is as soon as I pushed it into the pea gravel, what I was doing was it was kind of digging down into the pea gravel. And as you can see, as I'm pushing this back, you can see there's a big kind of lip that was formed. So what I decided to do is lay down a 2x4 on top of the pea gravel and push the tank on top of the 2x4, thus preventing it from digging into the pea gravel per se. Now, this did create a problem though. Once I pulled out this 2x4, it effectively created a groove underneath the tank in the actual gravel. Now, as you can see, one thing that's very important to point out is that the tank sits firmly on the pea gravel. It's not at any point touching the cinder blocks, which is important. Now, you'll notice that again here, I've got these big grooves in the pea gravel where the 2x4 was at. And again, I don't want that under the tank because as you fill it up, that can cause problems with the tank and cause it to tear. So I went ahead and lifted it up and just leveled it out. From there, I went ahead and filled in the cinder blocks around the edges with sand, with more pea gravel. And the last step that I took was adding the water assembly that I put together. I have a 2-inch bulkhead on this tank, so I just went down to my local Home Depot and got the parts to build out this water spigot here. Using Teflon tape, got all the joints secured and went ahead and put it together. From the bottom of my house, I've got a large hill, and that's why I used a water pump to pump the water up. It just wasn't getting a lot of pressure from the hose off the house. So the water ran up using the pump. Hopefully this video gave you some ideas if you are looking to build something like this on your own property. Now, when I put this out, this water storage container on my property, I looked at it and realized, oh, wait, I've got to put a foundation under that. So it's a process as I'm building this area up here to set up gardens and other things where I need a water source. I'm learning through the process, and this one was definitely a big learning experience setting up this foundation. If you have any feedback or questions, post those in the comment section below. As I always enjoy hearing from the community. I learned a lot from you guys. And as always, be safe out there.